All right, welcome back to another episode of A Better NFL Top 100. This is picks number 50 through 41. If you haven't seen any of these videos yet, check them out. They're on this channel. I have the top, number 51 through 100 are already, listed on various videos. Check out the backlogs for that. And if you want to know what's going to, future videos, every day I'm posting another one of these. So definitely be on the lookout that way. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get into the list, starting off with number 50. Number 50, I'm going Minkah Fitzpatrick, who's actually the highest safety to make this list. 50 is the best safety ranked here, which is a little surprising, but that's just kind of how I view it right now. I think Fitzpatrick is my favorite safety in the NFL right now. And I didn't think he had a great 2021. But I even said when I said that, I don't think he's had a great 2021, but I still think that he is going to bounce back and still going to be great. And yeah, that's exactly what happened in 2022. He had 6 interceptions and was just a dominant free safety for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So definitely someone who has a role and does it as well as anyone in the league, and I think better than anyone in the league. So that's why I have him here at number 50. Just there's a lot of good players. Can't quite crack the top 49, but hey, at least got the top 50. Number 49 is Jalen Hurts, the guy who was an MVP candidate last year. The thing about Jalen Hurts is that if he does what he did last year again this year, he's probably in the top like 20. I mean, he was so good last year. It's just the sample size thing. I'm always a little weary of these sample size, guys. He's someone who doesn't have the biggest of sample sizes, so I have to put him a little bit lower on the list. Put a few guys a little bit higher, but he's absolutely a star player. And again, I don't take positional value into account in these lists, so the fact that he's a quarterback doesn't come into play here. He's just a really good player, and I think that again. The last we saw of Jalen Hurts was him marching down the field to get an 8-point touchdown drive to tie the game in the Super Bowl. That's a pretty good way to end the season. Probably the best way to end the season other than winning the Super Bowl is what he did. He was amazing, but just, not quite as good as someone who, spoiler alert, Mahomes is on this list as well, a little bit higher. Number 48, the Atlanta Falcons guard, Chris Lindstrom, who, this is one of my weird takes that I've been like dead on about is I feel like Chris Lindstrom, people kind of talk about him as like, oh, yeah, he's a good player. But I was like, no, he's really underrated. He's very good. I remember I put him really high on the list last year. And people kind of, looked at me a little funny, like, why is he that high on the list? Well, he's been better. He's been even higher on the list this year. I have him at 48 because he was fantastic. He was PFF's #1 rated guard last year. He's a fantastic player, in my opinion, and I'm going to keep beating the Chris Lindstrom drum. I think he's great. So yeah, he's here at 48. Number 47 is the interior defensive lineman, formerly of the Philadelphia Eagles, has also played for the Steelers in the past and is now just signed a big deal to play for the 49ers, which is a move that I feel like no one really talked about. And I don't know why, because like it's a superstar player going to a team that already has a great defensive line, like a top 50 player going to a team that has maybe, one of the best defensive lines in football. That's a star level, move. He had 11 sacks for the Eagles last year. He's been great consistently. One of those guys that has just never gotten the credit he deserves, which is probably part of why there wasn't as much attention talked about when he went to San Francisco, but he's going to bring so much to that team. So for now, I have him at 48. Moving on to number 46. Also, I said I had Hargrave at 48. I have him at 47. But anyways, 46 is Quenton Nelson of the Indianapolis Colts, who, listen, there's no getting around it. Nelson did not have his best year last year. He just didn't. It was a disappointing year for Quenton Nelson of the Indianapolis Colts. I'm going to bet so many players on the Colts had a bad year last year. I'm willing to say maybe it was the situation around him. I'm going to bet on him bouncing back. So that's why I have him at 46. Does it hurt him a little bit due to the bad year last year? Does that knock him in the rankings? Yeah, it does. But I still have him here at 46. 45, the Philadelphia Eagles player, Darius Slay. Darius Slay makes the list, obviously formerly of the Lions. Someone who, again, I think it's just he's coming off a great year, and Slay is, aging gracefully, which doesn't always happen for corners, but he still really hasn't lost a step. He still feels like he's just as fast as he ever has been, and he's such a smart player. He still has that incredibly high football IQ, and also is someone who is just, he has a great nose for the football, right? When he's in position to be able to make a play, he can make a play. So all those things combined put him at 45 on this list. Number 44 is Jordan Mailata, the left tackle, who, spoiler alert, is not the only tackle to make this list for the Philadelphia Eagles. They have another one coming up at some point. Jordan Mailata, though, is just the physical specimen, a guy who never played college football, but still somehow, got drafted as a 7th-round pick, learned a position on the fly, and has been elite for the Philadelphia Eagles. That's pretty incredible. He's number 44 on this list. Number 43 is Stephon Gilmore. Stephon Gilmore makes this list. He is, and I think deserves to make this list. He is someone who, played for the Indianapolis Colts last year. And listen, I thought he was really good last year. I think that while the situation around him wasn't great, I thought he actually had a great year for the Colts. And I don't think he's had a bad year. People kind of act like he's washed up. The Colts are rebuilding. They traded him to the Cowboys for not much capital. People act like he's washed up, but like every time I see him play, like he has gotten some injuries. That's concerning. He is getting a little older. That's concerning, but it's just the right now list. And, even in his short stint with Carolina, I thought he was really good there. I thought he was really good with the Colts, and I'm not betting against him. I'm going to expect that he's going to be very good with the Dallas Cowboys as well. So, yeah, 2 Dallas Cowboys corners make the top 70. So, that could be very scary if both those guys live up to their potential next year. Number 42, from one offensive lineman to the other for the Eagles. Mailata was 44. Johnson is 42. Again, a guy who I think deserves to make this list because of just how consistently good he's been at the right tackle position. He's been good for several years now for Philadelphia. So again, if you're a tackle who consistently wins, I'm not going to have too many notes there. I am going to put you on the list. He's here at 42. And at 41, the last player we will be talking about today, Cam Heyward, the interior defensive lineman of the Pittsburgh Steelers, the always underrated Cam Heyward. A lot of underrated players, I feel like, in this 50 through 41 rank. We have multiple Steelers of Cam Heyward and Minkah Fitzpatrick made the list. We also had 3 Eagles and a former Eagle making the list as well. So interesting how that works. But yeah, because actually, interestingly enough, the Eagles and Steelers used to be the same team at one point. They were just Steel Goals or Steagles, I believe. That's a real thing. Look that up. That's weird. But anyways, Cam Heyward coming off back-to-back double-digit sacks seasons for the Pittsburgh Steelers as an interior defensive lineman. Guy's not getting any younger. He's 34. The age is the only thing that you're concerned about with Cam Heyward because he's an elite player and means so much to that team. So yeah, I have him here at number 41. So yeah, that is that section of the list. We're getting down to it. I mean, we now have the top 50. We're revealing some of the top 50. Tomorrow's video we will get over 2/3 of the way done with this video. So definitely this series. So getting down to it. But yeah, those are number 41 through 50. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.